Now let's see Macau. Macau is one of those region under China rules, let's call it like that. You can see here, from what I understanding, uh, casino games, betting, whatever. I'm not sure exactly if betting, all the bettings, but the casino games, they are pretty much forbidden in China, in a mainland one. So they kind of have to have a loophole for that, and they choose to go with this one. So they have this small region. You can see those two islands, from my understanding, this one and this one. And they can actually pretty much go there and play casinos, games, bet, whatever you want to do, and kind of keep away from the, let's say, the entire, look at this, China, very close to Hong Kong. So yeah, maybe some pretty close ties, but you can see here very small area, but we're gonna see exactly how those people actually live there and how many they are. So we're gonna start with population 721,000 and rising. You can see they're pretty much going up and up. The growing rate pretty much goes down, so you can see right here. So 1955, around 200,000 people with still a declining population at minus 0.12%. That would be like 242 people, let's say, net decrease of the population, because the migration, you can see, pretty much minus 8,500. So a lot of people choose to leave the area. Median age around 23 years old, and the fertility rate, again, one of those nonsense, 5.2. Urban area clearly is going to be like extremely high, like 93%. I mean, I would say that it's 100%. Look at it, just those two small islands. So yeah, 2025. So now 722,000 people. The growing rate is pretty much on the plus with 0.24%. That will translate roughly in 1,745 people, and migration on the minus 328. They have a migration pretty much on plus in the recent years, recent decades, but 2025, this year, they project they're gonna have on the minus one. Median age around 40 years old, and fertility rate, look at this, from 5.26 in 1955 to 0.69. So you can see a huge decline. Good for them, I would say. 97% around population. Now look at this. 2050, in the future, the population is going to start going down. This thing in 2030 is going to go a bit up, but not by much. So they're going to go down 668,000 people. That would be like minus 0.6% in that year, with a migration on minus 4,000. Sorry, minus 4,000, the net decrease of the country. Migration is going to stay above 1,000. So yeah, we're going to see that how it's going to play. Median age 56 years old. So yeah, and the fertility rate 0.91, so still below 1. Now demographics, life expectancy 83 years old for both sexes, female 85, males 81, so pretty close to each other and extremely high. Infant mortality rate 2.5, which is very good. Deaths under age of 5, 3.3. It's a bit high, I would say, from a region, a country like this, a territory like this. But clear, the medical system, top notch, I would say. Now you can see the pyramid. Well, a few, as any other country, we saw male surplus here by the age of 28, around that. And then you're gonna have a huge female surplus here. I don't know, maybe those casinos, they like to hire those, and dealers, whatever they have there, but they have a female surplus at some point, a huge one. Economics, well, as you can expect, 55 billion, not a huge amount, but still there are very few people there also. PPP around 93 billion US dollars, and per capita it's around 78,000 US dollars. That's nominal, and the PPP around 125. Now I suspect if I'm not buying an apartment or a house, I don't think they have houses, we're gonna check in a second, it's not gonna be cheap. So maybe even with those huge numbers, probably still not gonna be enough. The main exporter, they have close ties with Hong Kong. It's the main exporter from Hong Kong. They import a lot from China and also from Hong Kong. So yeah, they keep the relationship pretty much in the house. Now let's check those two one. From my understanding, there are just two islands. I hope I'm not mistaken. This island right here and this one right here. This is the border, sort of, on this river right here, and then continue on the land a bit. So yeah, let's check this one. Let's see how those people actually live here, because I expect nothing but luxury for this kind of money. But let's see. Well, yeah, I already started on a bad way. Look at this again. Those apartments, again, I pretty much hate them. It's just, for me, it's a no, 100% no. But even for those extremely rich uh, areas, let's call it like that, from the on the planet, it feels like they still cannot get away from this type of constructions. That shows like population, even they're not a huge one when you look at the numbers. Just because they don't have that much land, you're gonna make them a very dense population area, so that you're gonna lead to those fucked up buildings, in my opinion. Well, I don't know what's happening here, but it doesn't look that well, I have to say. This one, the roads so far pretty good, I have to say. So the road, yeah. The one thing those countries, territories, whatever you want to call it, do well is the road. The infrastructure is good, so at least they have that. Pretty clean, I would say, for the most of the part. Depends how picky you are, but we have some park here. Let's check this one. Oh, it's actually on the hill. Now I have no idea how it is to live in a place like this, but like I say, I imagine it's gonna be expensive, and pretty much living in a country city like that, I don't think it's gonna be that much of the pleasant experience. But look at this again, those nonsense apartments. I have no idea who thought, you know what, it's gonna be a good idea. It's just let's oh my god, look at this, how they look. Let's build those monstrosities and just jam people together there as tight as possible, because we need some cheap labor. That's the only reason, obviously. We need some cheap labor. The good thing is, like, look at this, the population are going down. That's the only good reason, the good news. But probably from such a small place, the population should be like, I don't know, 10,000 people. Otherwise, just gonna end up with these, again, fucked up buildings. They have those highways, whatever those they are, roads above the sea, which is pretty interesting, I have to say. And I don't believe it was that cheap to build them. So yeah, at least they have that. But anything else is just, like I say, you expect money here. Look like some sort of the Asian Vegas, in my opinion, with those nice, interesting architecture. This is a nice architecture building. From the office and stuff like that, it looks pretty good. But you can compare with what we saw those in a residential area, which was pretty fucked up. This one again, look at this from this angle, pretty good also. Yeah, it just seems some Asian Vegas vibe, I would say. I'm not sure if they have a rich island. There are two, like I said, in the rich part of the island and the poor island, so they have two. But I would say that probably both of them, they have good and bad things. Now this graffiti here, I don't like it that much. Those buildings, I mean, look at this. Come on, who wants to live in something like that? But you live in Macau. Oh, so see, when you see those rich places on the world, say, oh, everybody who lives there lives in like a great life. Well, it's not the case. Look at this. That's those cages here. It's not a great life. So probably gonna be like better in some other poor regions of the planet, but at least have some breathing space. Let's call it like that. Look at this. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna fall in any seconds. It does not look well. Nope, don't like it. So this one is this part of the city, let's call it a city right here, and the rich part of here, so very close to it. So not even that much distance between them. Let's check this one right here on the border. So we have these fucked up ones, and from here, look at it, from this, going from this alley, this Google Street View doesn't make a easy job. Now you have some sort of a rich one. You can see here looks clearly better, but again, we go here. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Just have to fix the Google. I don't want to go there. Oh my god, such a bad Google. Yeah, now it's pretty much more fucked up one. Yeah, Google doesn't make me a service. and they do those things. But yeah, it's very difference between such a small parts of the city. Let's check this one. This is a park, I think. Oh no, it's just walking with a car, whatever this is. At least they have some, let's call it undeveloped area, but still extremely bad. I don't know who make those. Let's check the other island. Maybe this one is gonna be better. Highly doubt that, but let's see. What is here? Oh, that doesn't look well at all. But again, keep in mind, cars, well, so far I didn't see. I think Hong Kong was so far better, but I didn't look that much to them, so let me see. They have those taxi one. Hong Kong was better, I think. I like those white and red combination. The Christmas is here, it's December, so yeah, you can see they celebrated very much indeed. Those huge buildings, yeah, not so well. Even if, like I say, not that many people, I would say, wouldn't say like not even 1 million, but the area is way too small to just even cope with those people. So yeah, they have to build those horrible buildings. I believe they have to find a way to just demolish those buildings in the future. I think the Japanese have some technology that they can do that in a tight spaces, so probably they have to borrow from them. But yeah, it looks pretty good so far. The roads are pretty good. If you don't look up at those apartments, look pretty bad. This one on the middle with this green line, I really like it. I never saw that before in any countries that I'm visit so far. It looks pretty nice in here, but those buildings just pretty much ruin it. So many ACs. I mean, can you imagine have to fix those AC at the, I don't know, the last floor? Probably as a technician there, you're gonna do well. An AC technician, you're gonna have a lot of clients. Pretty much anyone has an AC. Yeah, this one so far look a bit better. Not much better, but a bit better. Oh, they have a huge park here. What is this? I think it's a park. I don't know. No housing, no nothing. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Maybe from the typhoon or something. They try to clean it up. But at least they have some nice... oh, we have here. Let's check this one. They have some nice green area. I just want to escape that part. Oh, look, they have a temple or something like this. Pretty nice. So yeah, they have some. Oh, they have some beaches. Let's see. They have some nice land in some area. Now, this one looks like an old house, not that well maintained. I'm not sure if it's actually a house or a hotel or whatever, but at least they have a beach. You can go to a beach. That's nice. I don't think they have a wild one. Let me check this one. Looks like more like cliffs here than a beach, yeah. But at least they have that. They have an airport here, right on the water. Pretty interesting. Look at this, the difference between Macau and the rest of the China. So not that many street views in China, but in Macau you can find pretty much everything. Ooh, what is this? On the hill? Oh, a cemetery. Wow. So you have to walk stairs with a coffin. Pretty interesting. I think we should we should see cemeteries in any country that we visit, so you can actually compare them. This is pretty nice. We have an idea how those people who used to live find a resting place, and it is pretty interesting. I have no idea. Maybe they extended it this way. I mean, yeah, you have to bury those people that used to live, so you have to have a place for them. Doesn't matter where you are. This is probably the industrial district or whatever. Here is those are cemetery right there. Yeah, and this is the airport. Another one. Oh no, it's just a. So they have the cemetery that close to the airport. Huh. Well, that's something. Ooh, let's check this one right here. This is 2008. Wow, so old. That was pretty much a brand new Mercedes S-Class right there. Yeah, a little bit of a garbage here, but again, 2008, clearly they changed a lot from there. So yeah, oh, look at the Mazda. This is an empty land, which is not anymore. Just huge buildings. They used to build them back then, so this is where they start to look at this. It's clearly a huge difference. Let's check this one. Oh yeah, you can see this is 2020. I have no idea who those people are. Why they done this? Look at those buildings. Come on, it's just not a. Look at this. I don't even. They get some sunlight then when you live at the first floor. I don't think you get sunlight. Yeah, they have some hills. Clearly, probably they're gonna wanna build here. It's gonna cost you like I don't even want to think of that. Look at 2008. Why they have such an old street views? They cannot go there anymore or what? That's a nice car. That's with your license plates. I mean, 2008 was financial crisis, so how well they done in that period? And here we have some 360 right on the top, I guess. Oh, we have some bamboo, whatever that is. Yeah, it doesn't look that well. But at least we have a hill. We can actually stare at them. Maybe we can actually go hiking there. Maybe, if it's not close. Yeah, it doesn't. Again, those high buildings just ruin it for everybody. Oh, look at. We have some rich people. No, it's not that rich. It's just a temple there, and they're just. Did we find some? Did they even have houses here? Just individual houses, or just apartments, and that's it? Or this is how it looks like an individual house. This is an individual house, which is pretty much an apartment. I would say they're way too close to each other, and some of them probably like have like a same wall like these guys. So those are pretty much the rich area. This is 2008, by the way. Not that rich because you can see the apartment building just starting right there. And by the way, those supposed to be brand new cars back in 2008. So yeah, they have new cars. Road again, pretty good. Nothing to say bad about them. Architecture wise and all that stuff, just urban planning. I think this is pretty much looks worst. But let's check it. Let's not go that immediately jump to the conclusion. Yeah, Google still fucked up here. Fucked up big time. Come on, why they stop? What the fuck? It's the first time that actually just Google crashes. It's pretty much a huge crash here. Yeah, I'm not gonna check that again. This one, it looks like a golf court. Yeah. So yeah, you can see clearly it's a playground for the rich. And whoever else is not rich is gonna end up in those fucked up apartment buildings. So don't think just because you live on the most wealthy place on the planet, you're gonna be wealthy too. So bicycles. Oh, this part looks actually great. Probably some university or something. I don't know. I don't think it's that from that area. Yeah. Overall, I don't know. Maybe looking at casinos, you might get a bit of money, but you have to walk home to those insanely high buildings, and I don't think that money is gonna worth actually walking home like that. Oh, another golf course here. They really like golf here. Yeah, it's just clearly not for me, that's for sure. So again, visiting those places, I don't think it's worth it. Again, it's just so, I mean, look at it, just look like one of those communist apartments with a big terrace. No, it's just, yeah, I don't see the point. Only if you want to gamble. If you want to live in China and you cannot gamble, then yeah, you can have like a short trip here on a weekend, like a Vegas weekend, stuff like that. Otherwise, I don't think so. Oh, we have some industrial site here, right close to the hotels. That's something. This is like a church or a cemetery. What is this? 2018, pretty old again. Let me check another one here. Wow, it looks like an abandoned place. Maybe they improve it over time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how people, if there are people from this place and actually watching this video, but if you do, I am actually curious how much money you can actually make here in average, let's say the average person, and how many of those living in those fucked up buildings and how many lives in some other type. So far I didn't, this is an university, let's check this university. Oh yeah, the interior. How many live in a good areas, which, oh, that was China, sorry, don't bother with that. How many actually live in a good area? They don't have good areas or just have hotels, casinos and renting apartments and that's it? You came in Macau, you play the games and then you go back home. This one looks pretty good, but I think it's a rental. I think it's in a hotel or something. Probably that's why they build them. It's just, hey, we're gonna build those apartments, doesn't matter because those people are not gonna live in them. It's just gonna come there and gamble for a weekend and then just gonna leave, so they're not care about how tall they are and who are the neighbors, how you can actually walk the city and stuff like that. So just, yeah, just build them and then we're gonna rent them. The new one, at least the old ones, they have to have, like I said, some stable population. But on this southern island it doesn't look that well. On this northern one, let me check again, maybe I missed something. It feels a bit better, I would say, but not huge amount. So yeah, look at this, those apartments, just no. It's like, who have the idea to just, you know what I'm gonna do, let's build those as high as we can. Again, 2008 and such an old street views. I think probably just one street view, that was the first one and that's it. We went there once, we good, we don't need to go there again. Look at this, they have those cubes with buildings around them and a lot of scooters. I like scooters, I like two wheels, I like motorcycles, but here looks a bit too much. I mean, look at this, and he has like, anyone has his cage here. Those are cages. There is no way that actually somebody can live here and say, oh, such a great life we have here in the one of the most wealthiest place on the earth. Those look like cages on the inside. On the outside, still cages. I thought at least on the outside is gonna be better, but no, it looks like a huge prison. Look at this. Why they have those cages? So nobody can jump off the building or what? No, it's probably the most sad thing I ever seen. It does look bad. Look at this. If this is how one of the wealthiest places on the earth looks like, then you probably should move away from the wealth. I don't know. But it does not look well. And this is 2008. Maybe they changed it, but I don't think so. Maybe they changed it. Who knows? Maybe those new construction, I don't think they have those cages. But still, I hate that when they just Google it to make like a 3-4 steps of a front. Oh yeah, it doesn't look great even in the northern island. Let's check on this one. Maybe don't have cages here. And I want a new one. See, 2008 again. For 2008 looks pretty good. The ground level looks pretty good for 2008. Nice roads, huge walking spaces. But then when you look up, everything just pretty much falls over. And probably Macau is one of those countries and just have like huge taxes on cars, I would say, because we have so many scooters. But in the same time, I get it, there's the small places, but you don't have not even 1 million people. You don't have that many people. But for the area, yeah, I get it, they are many. For the area, they are many. Like I say, 10,000 people here probably gonna do much better. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen in my lifetime, so yeah. They have some port here, probably for yachts. Yeah, night sky, you know what, I think it's way overrated now that I see it. I can't find anything great. It's just probably those casinos and that's it. Look at this. Anything outside them is just nope. You better move away. Probably you have a better life in some, I don't know, countryside in China than here. Yeah, not that wealthy, but probably better. So what, they have gates that they close the park at night or what? That's fucked up. You cannot walk in the park at night if you want to. And just say, no, the park is closed. Yeah, like I say, when finish all the countries, all the video, I'm gonna go back to those first countries that I made without checking the how those people live, and gonna make only that part, how those people live. Maybe just a quick recap on the population, but not too much. But yeah, I mean, look at this. It's just one of the wealthiest place on the planet, and living like this, the most of the people, I would say. Yeah, it's a no to me. It's just no. No. It does not look like a life here. And I want to make a comparison. Now we go into the like some nice mountains to see them, but yeah, just maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm too harsh on them, but oh, another cemetery here. At this, like I say, they have good roads, decent cars, I would say. Very good medical system they have from those numbers that we checked earlier. Interesting cemeteries. This one is a different one, but yeah, way too many people from such a small place. Otherwise they would do pretty good. Yeah, I think that's it. That was the video. It's just probably you have some few places, even if you go there to look at this MGM, have a casino here. If you go there to just gamble, you probably have such a small area you can actually go to actually make sense. And you have to stay away from other, look at it, even outside those MGM casinos things doesn't go that well. Let me check this one. And also the Google has to make some new street views because that's way too old. And look at this, just an empty field here. Maybe they change it, but I'm not sure. Feels like a dumping place here for the buses, or maybe it's end of the line, who knows. But yeah, overall, what is this? I'm not gonna comment on that. Overall, oh, look at them. Feels like a dirty water here. It does not look well to me. It's just, I don't think it's worth it. I don't know, if you get born here, kind of feel sorry for you now. But yeah, I mean, there is some place you wanna live 80 years old in a place like this, or you wanna be 60 years, live only 60 years in a much better place. So you see, that's kind of, I start to think probably even South America, in those poor countries, when you live in a, let's say, in the countryside in a nice area, how they just look at all those cars. They just, you know what, send them off the fence. Nobody's gonna notice. Maybe in even those. This is 2008, by the way. Again, maybe if you live one of those poor countries, but in the countryside, you might have actually a better life. Who knows? Then in this place, maybe they change it because I don't see them. See, on the satellite views, they taken them away, I guess. So probably those dumping ground for cars doesn't exist anymore. But hey, if you need a part, this is 2008. If you need the parts for a car, probably this is gonna be the place to find it. So that would be a nice, let's say, place to work. But clearly, they start the construction of the building, so they buy the land and they clean that up. So that's most likely not the case anymore. We have a nice tunnel here. Yeah, it looks very crowded, very tight, very expensive, very poor design. So yeah, it's just not for me 100%. And they build this is a Chinese part, so they built something else there. Let me go here. Maybe I don't think we are still in Macau or in China. I'm not sure yet. No, I think we are still in Macau. Just this part of the highway. The other part probably is China. Yeah, it's just very few. Oh, this is how they get a boat taxi. Very few places when actually probably gonna have a great experience, especially the casino ones. But as you can see, for me, we have one on the building or what? I see something here. I wanna check this one. For me, it's just no. I don't care how nice are on the inside those buildings. It's just no way. I mean, look at this. Somebody who lives right there on the first floor. How they gonna get any sunlight? How? There is no way you're gonna get any sunlight here. You're gonna die as 30 years old. Yeah, that doesn't look well to me. So yeah, that was the Macau. So when you start, that Macau is one of those great places. Here they missing the road. Maybe they just they resurface it. When you think of those countries, I'll keep calling countries, those regions under Chinese administration, let's call it like that. Hong Kong the same, Macau the same. They were under other states under control for a while. So I think Hong Kong was under British until 1994, I think, something 1995, I don't know, something like that, and then just slowly transferred to the Chinese. And now China say one country, two systems, stuff like that. Macau is pretty much the same story. I don't think it was British, but I'm not sure exactly. I think at some point it was some sort of Portuguese colony. But yeah, some areas definitely are better than one, but most of them is just with huge tall buildings that doesn't look well at all. Look at this, those people just waiting to enter whatever is here. Working space or museum, what is this? No idea. Maybe they're waiting the bus. I don't know, probably not. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, I will not spend my money, just probably it's also expensive, so I will not spend my money coming here. Probably gonna do much better with Vegas than if you wanna do casinos, and you also if you are extremely rich. Again, Vegas, you're already rich, so you can afford a private plane, just fly to Vegas and enjoy your life. We're gonna check Vegas, how those people build there too at some point. Like I said, we're gonna make a tour of America, every single one of those states. But clearly it's gonna be better than this one. I don't think any American will accept living like this in a cages. There is no way. Not even the Western Europeans probably not gonna deal with this something like this at such a high scale. But yeah, it's just no. Look at this. Just people living in a cages. That's not wealth. That's not great. So yeah, I guess this is what the experience in Macau shows, and in my opinion, it's not a good one. Much worse than we saw in Hong Kong. Hong Kong also is not great, but way worse.